Welcome to Sunday Vibes here at Vibe Unit. It is May 7th, and we are here hanging out once again for our Sunday Vibe. So, if you haven't heard about us yet, let you know a little bit about us. We're a collection of musicians. This whole thing was started by John and I to kind of corral, get together with a bunch of musicians in the area and connect and facilitate creativity with one another and connect with one another over music interests and art and all that kind of thing. One way we accomplish this is this Sunday stream. We broadcast here once a week, touch bases with our community by talking with local artists, recording bands, live sets, or workshopping music with artists, as well as report on current events. So share this around. We're broadcasting on YouTube today, I think, and that's it, right? Just YouTube?
Yeah, at the moment, we're just with YouTube. So.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Also, we have an Instagram. If you want to keep up with us there, just check out Vibe Unit on Instagram and find us.
Vibe Unit Official.
Oh, Vibe Unit Official. Okay. I didn't even know that, actually.
Well, now you do.
It's kind of funny when you're a part of something you don't know every little cog and wheel that's happening.
You know pretty much everything else.
Well, speaking of which, let's throw it to the donor sheet. I don't even know who's on this list. No, I actually do. All the folks on this list here are very much appreciated. And since it's a long list, we just throw this little banner up and say thank you. So if you're here and if you know how you've contributed and stuff, just keep in mind that we very much have appreciated all the support and continually getting feedback and likes and subscribes and videos being posted and all that thing. So we got an audio issue?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, if you'd like to get involved with Vibe Unit, we're going to talk about some ways you can do that. The last few weeks we've mentioned we're looking for bands, right? We've been saying a lot that we're looking for a band that can fill 30 minutes of material, original material and all that, but we've kind of expanded on what that might look like, give a little bit more information about what that might be. So we're going to go over that right now. We've narrowed it down to 3 options as to what a Sunday session would look like, or what we'd say is a Sunday showcase. And the 3 options would be option 1. Okay, so this option is what we've been mentioning the last few weeks, which is if you have a band or if you're an individual that has original material, we'd like to operate as sort of a venue for your art. We want you to be able to come and play a show, much like the NPR or KEXP, where they have artists on and they talk about, or they ask questions in between songs, and they'll do like 3 songs or something like that. The requirements would be 30 minutes of original material with the option for some questions in between. And the load time for that is 11 a.m., we're thinking. It'll give us enough run-up time. And we want to start the stream 2:30. So if you're one of those kind of people, you're in a band or you're an individual artist with 30 minutes of material, hit us up on our email, and that is that option. Okay, so option number 2.
Do we want to mention that email?
Yeah, I was going to mention it at the end, but yeah, media@vibeunit.com. I will mention it 2 more times.
Okay, cool.
Okay, option 2. Okay, so this option, we haven't really discussed too much about what this looks like, but we have been asking individual people if this is interesting to them, gotten good feedback. So option 2 pertains, Vibe Unit would host an individual songwriter or maybe a couple songwriters on an original song. What that looks like is John and I would attempt to put together a backup band. In some cases, we'll be the backup band. In other cases, we'll try to include other people that we know, other musicians, to kind of back up that artist. And this is for like the individual artist that doesn't have a band necessarily. This would be for them to show their song with a live band. I'm thinking of the folks that played backup tracks, or like they go on YouTube and find, instrumentals and write their music that way. That would be maybe a good option for you. So the way it works for that is we'll have about a 2-week minimum, like lead up give us a heads up that you want to do this, because we would like to obtain from you some chord sheets, some demos, or whatever you have, anything related to your song that you would like us to find backup band for. This option seems to me to be like in the most spirit of Vibe Unit, where it's like the whole entire intent of this thing was to help that kind of person who needs a band. So I'm excited about option 2. I think there's 2 people I've talked to, we reached out to, that I think we're going to have on soon, as soon as we work out the dates. I think one, I don't want to say who it is yet, but the last Sunday of this month, we're going to have someone on, and we're going to cover their song, and it's going to be really fun. I'm excited for it. So let's see. Oh, also with option 2, I should mention that this is also a good option for someone who is just like they like to sit in musician, or like a session musician. Like, who are some people I think of? Like, I think of like Sean, or like when we had a few drummers on, like Nick or Ben or whatever. Like, they would be good for folks like that who want to back up people and like kind of contribute in that way. So if you're that artist, if you're that kind of artist that wants to just help be a backup band member, also email us at media@vibeunit.com.
Number 2.
That's option number 2. Okay. So option number 3. This one's the most straightforward of the 3.
What's behind door number 3?
Option number 3 is going to be the most straightforward of the options. Now, this one is for people or folks who'd like to just come on and, talk about what they're up to. This could be like an artist that is just got a record coming out, and they're not necessarily trying to play it, but they want to talk about it. This could be an engineer that's good with audio. It could be an engineer that's good with video, whatever, like that kind of thing. We're looking for folks like that. Like when we had the Matt Lenny episode. Podcast format. So that's option number 3. So yeah, email us at media@vibeunit.com. Any questions?
You made it very, very clear.
We love that, yeah.
Cool.
No questions about it.
Yeah, so I know some of you watching know I've already hit you up. We're working out dates. We're trying to figure it all out. But I feel like this gives a better, more concise vision of what we have going on here. And we want to be... We understand that we shouldn't leave it up to the guests to figure out what they're going to do on here. Sometimes we got to kind of extend ourselves a little bit and say, hey, here's what we see. Does this seem like something you'd be interested in? Having that discussion. So, all right. Well, I said cover 30 minutes of material, and I think I did 8.
Well, we haven't talked about what's coming up, though.
That's true. And that's what
so you have a little bit more runway here than
I have
you
2
thought.
events coming up, so there's not much going on.
Well, that's fine. What do we got?
Okay, so tonight, the Benton Harbors Art Association is hosting at the Livery an open stage tonight. So signups will begin at 4:30 p.m. Get there around that time, as close to it as possible, because last month we filled up so fast. I think we were filled up in like 10 minutes or less.
Before the event started, let's put it that way.
And there were some people who showed up and were disappointed that they couldn't get on the list. But if you do show up late and you're not able to get on the list, stick around, still try to enjoy the music, because it's still worth it. I mean, if you're coming out to an event like that, part of yes, it is about representing yourself and playing your music and being able to play on a stage, but also consider it as an opportunity to hang out with those musicians.
It's a great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere. It's a good time to connect with people. Good for networking. Don't try to focus so much on the fact that you're getting to perform. Focus more on, or focus equally on like the opportunity to see other people perform. It's really, the Livery's cool because I haven't done a lot of open mic nights, but what I've heard feedback from people who play there is they enjoy the fact that people actually seem to want to listen to the music. They actually care about the art. So that's really cool.
That's true of a lot of things in that sort of regard.
So yeah, it's like really nice to have that as being an opportunity. I think going out there, the show the show itself starts at 5.
Yeah.
And it will be over by 8, and typically we run a little longer, but 8 p.m.'s the end point, right?
Something like that, yeah.
10-minute time slots, 8 p.m. end, and then it is free, but donations encouraged.
Indeed.
All right, and then we got a Vibe Unit event coming up. We're doing our open studio. We do that every month, second Saturday. This is an opportunity to check out the studio without any pressure of having the live stream running. So cameras are off. And we like it that way. And we know a lot of folks who come through here like it that way. You get a chance to kind of make some mistakes and not feel like it's written into the fabric of all time of history. You get to come in here and just hang out, which we are excited for that. I'm thinking when we do this next time, when we come in here this Saturday, I want it to be, about a lot of hanging out and just like experimenting with stuff. I was planning on bringing in my little synthesizer phone and just playing with that and making some sounds. So
Nice.
what you need for this event is something you make noise with. It could be a guitar amp, could just be an acoustic guitar, could be a synthesizer, could be some whatever. Could be a microphone hooked up to a crazy effects pedal like the other night at the livery at that band. All you need to bring, is something to make noise with. That's going to start at 2 o'clock, and we want to wrap things up by 4. We're excited to meet you, have you hang out with us, and that will be this next Saturday, May 13th at 4 o'clock.
We will try to make a post about it
Yes,
beforehand on
yes.
our Facebook.
we hope to see you there. That's 12 minutes of material. We got 3 more minutes if we want to do the 15 minutes. We have
Yeah.
the open mic tonight, so we're not trying to hang out here too long today.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I
think
don't
we covered
really.
everything.
I think that's just about it. We have a lot of cool events coming up just in general in the area. It's definitely starting to feel like we're getting into the swing.
And,
for
and
the summer,
summertime.
you know what I
Summer is
mean?
a great time for music. Yep.
Yeah. Like I'm not even seeing all of it that's going on, but I just feel like every place has got something going on, and I don't know. I like seeing that.
Oh, also, so I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I should mention that, and I'll have more information next week, I think, but Jason George is starting a writer's round. If you know Jason or have gotten a message about that, try to fill out that form and send it in, because people are really lining up for that, and I think that'd be also a great opportunity to network with folks. And so if you haven't gotten that message, I don't think there's any restriction on it. Just send the link. Jason's been pretty open about it, and just seeing who's out there wants to be in a writer's round. As far as what a writer's round is, I have never been a part of one, but what I perceive it to be is kind of like a creative writing for musicians to give like a prompt, and then you work on the music, get together, and share what you created. And then it's I guess the function of it is to be like an accountability of being able to accomplish, on the whistle there, and accomplish a goal, which is to have like a deadline to write something.
Sure.
It's just an excuse to write something, really, and share it. So, I don't have much information in front of me about that, and I'm kind of meandering about it, but Jason George is the contact there. And then also you can message me. I have the link for the form if you want to fill it out and throw your name into the ring. So, all right. That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all I got. I mean, it's a
time
short
to-
and sweet episode. We got to get ready for that open mic night.
Time to pack it down and
Yeah.
head over to the.
Let's
head
move
over
on to the next
delivery.
spot. All right. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Goodbye.